we'll start in a comfortable seated position this morning. So either cross-legged or kneeling, whatever works for you. And we'll sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders, notice what's happening in your jaw, if you're clenching any of the muscles in the jaw, and release those. And we'll start taking a couple of neck rolls. So we'll imagine that with our nose, we're trying to draw circles. So we'll start small, quite small circles. And it doesn't matter what direction you take, because we'll do the opposite in a moment. Starting small and then allowing those circles to become bigger and bigger. Just working into the neck and all the muscles in and around the neck. Lovely. So you should now be making nice big circles. And then whatever direction you took, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, we'll then reverse that and draw circles in the opposite direction. And we'll keep them nice and big. And then gradually work to make those circles smaller and smaller. Take your time. Notice the feeling in the neck, any noises, any crunching sounds. Just observing and noticing and making those circles smaller and smaller until eventually we come to stillness and we meet back where we were. Lovely. Let's roll our shoulders a couple times. So inhaling deeply and squeezing shoulders up towards the ears, and then release. Couple more times in your own time. Imagine you're getting rid of a big heavy cloak and letting it drop behind you. Lovely. And then we'll come to stillness. We'll place the right hand on the mat beside us. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. Stretching the left side of the body and allowing the left sit bone to ground into the mat. Lovely. And then we'll take it over to the other side. We'll bring the left hand down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the right up and over. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, left up and over. One last time. Exhale, left hand comes down, right up and over. Beautiful. And then release, and we'll come back to center. Lovely. And we'll work a bit further into stretching the sides of the body by bringing the left hand to the right knee. Inhale, sweep the right arm up and over, opening towards the right. Lovely. And exhale, we'll bring the right hand down and bring it to the left knee, crisscrossing. And inhale, sweep the left arm up and over, opening towards the left. Lovely. Exhale, we'll bring the left hand down, let it come underneath the right, over towards the right knee, and inhale, open up to the right. Exhale, bring the right hand down, over to the left knee, inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. And just take this a couple more times in your own time, just crisscrossing the arms from side to side, opening up the sides of the body. Lovely. And then we'll meet again when you're ready, back into center. Lovely. Let's make our way now to all fours. So finding your hands and your knees, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Lovely, and let's take a couple cat-cow here. So inhaling, we'll drop the belly, chine the chest forward. Exhale, reverse the movement by dropping the head and doming the back. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, shine the chest forward. Exhale, reverse the movement. You can close your eyes and just move in between the two movements, allowing your breath to guide you. Lovely. Take one last round. And when you've completed your last round of cat-cow, we'll meet again in a neutral all-fours position. Lovely. And just for a couple breaths, we'll sit back and come into child's pose. Arms nice and long, release them. Forehead onto the mat. Just giving our wrists a bit of a rest here. And taking the opportunity to just check in. Check in. How are you feeling physically this morning? How are you feeling emotionally? Just taking this moment to just observe. Lovely. And then let's come back to our neutral all fours tabletop position. Lovely. And what we'll do, we'll bump our hips over towards the left. So bring the hip points over towards the left. We'll bring our gaze over the right shoulder, so we'll be looking behind to the back of the mat. And inhale, sweep the left arm up and over and bring it towards the top right hand corner of the mat. So we're stretching the whole of the left side of the body here. Breathing here. Lovely. And then gradually derotate and we'll come back to center, back to neutral tabletop. And this time we'll just bump the hips over towards the right. We'll gaze over the left shoulder. And inhale, we'll sweep the right arm up and bring the right fingertips towards the top left hand corner of the mat. So this time stretching the whole of the right side body. Garcia. Lovely. And let's then come back to neutral tabletop. And we'll come into puppy pose. So keep your hips and your knees exactly where they are. We'll bring the hands forward and melt the forearms and the chest and the forehead down towards the mat. So a nice puppy stretch here to really open up and stretch the shoulders and the upper body in preparation for our down dog. It can be quite an intense stretch, so breathe into it. Lovely. And then, with as much grace as possible, I would like you to bring your head back up and slide your chest and your legs down into a Sphinx pose. So the forearms stay where they are on the mat, but we lengthen our legs nice and long, chest shining forwards. And just feel the tops of the feet, the legs nice and engaged, pubic bone pressing into the mat, forearms pressing into the mat. And enjoy this gentle back bend here. And what we can do as well is inhale, turn the head towards the right. Exhale back to center, and then over towards the left. Lovely. One more time, inhale, over towards the right. And then gaze over towards the left. Again, working into the neck. Bring your gaze back to center, and we'll slide our hands underneath our shoulders, coming down to the mat with your forehead. And then inhale, we'll peel the forehead and the chest off the mat, low cobra. Exhale, come back down, and then tuck all 10 toes under, pressing into the hands and into the feet. Make your way through tabletop and up into your downward facing dog. Lovely. Taking your time to get there. So we've stretched our upper body, our neck, our arms, and now let's work on our legs a little bit. So you can walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other, really working and stretching into the hamstrings. Beautiful. Let's come to stillness. Inhale, sweep the right leg up behind you. Three-legged dog. Lovely. Exhale, we'll bend the knee, bring the knee to the nose. Then inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Knee to nose. And then lightly step that right foot in between the hands. So we're coming into a lunge position here. Let's drop the left knee. We'll come up and swing your arms back behind you and interlace the fingers. Inhale deeply and bring the fist down towards the mat, opening up the chest. So nice, lovely stretch in the chest and the upper body here. Breathing deeply. Beautiful. And now release the interlace of the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Gentle back bend. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the mat, framing the front foot. Pick up the left knee and inhale, we'll reach the right fingertips up towards the sky, opening in a twist. Lovely. Release the right hand back down to the mat. Step back with your right foot. High plank. Lovely. And then release the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes and come down. Thighs, belly, chest, forehead. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, release back down to the mat. Tuck all 10 toes under. Press into the hands through tabletop and come back up into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Again, walking the dog here, bending one foot and then the other, bending one knee and then the other. Finding any movement that feels good. You can say yes with the head, no. Lovely. And then wherever you are, come to stillness. And on our next inhale, we'll sweep the left leg up behind us. Three-legged dog. Beautiful. Exhale, we'll bring the knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze, 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 and then we'll bring the left foot in between the hands. Lovely. Drop the right knee and bring your upper body upright. And as we did before, we'll swim our arms back behind us and find that interlace. But try and find the opposite interlace, so the one that feels a bit more awkward and less natural. And on an inhale, we'll bring our fist down towards the mat and open up the chest. Lovely. Nice stretch in the chest and in the front of the body. Lovely. And then we'll release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Pick up the right knee, so right leg nice and long. Inhale, we'll open up towards the left in our twist, reaching the left fingertips up towards the sky. Beautiful. And we'll release, bring the right hand back down to the left hand back down to the mat, framing the front foot. Step back to high plank. Couple breaths in plank here. And then release the knees down to the mat. untuck the toes and come down with control. Thighs, belly, chest, forehead. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, come back down to the mat. Tuck your toes, press into the hands, and make your way through tabletop and downward facing dog. Last dog of the day, so take any movement that you wish that feels good here. And then eventually we'll make our way to a comfortable kneeling position. So we'll bring the knees down to the mat. But for a moment, keep your toes nice and tucked. What I would like to do is stretch the balls of the feet. So keeping the toes tucked, we'll sit back, bringing the sit bones on top of the heels. So it's a bit of an intense stretch, but it's really good for your feet. So take a couple breaths here in the stretch. If it's too much, just bring your hands down to the mat in front of you. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. You can release the toes on the mat. Lovely. And then we'll sit down, bringing our sit bones to the mat. Swing your legs in front of you. And we'll come into a staff pose. So your body really wants to mimic the shape of an L. Nice long legs, feet are nice and flexed, spine is nice and long, shoulders relaxed. Lovely. Hands by your sides. And then from here, we'll work towards a seated twist. So we'll bend the right knee and bring the right foot over the left leg. And the right foot will ground down into the mat, nice and flat on the mat. We'll inhale, sweep the right arm up and over and bring the right fingertips down on the mat behind you. So we're really propped up on our right fingertips. Lovely. And then with our left arm, we'll inhale and we'll hug the right knee. So, and then bending the left arm, and our gaze will be over towards the right. Beautiful. So we're in a twist, and taking it gradually, we'll inhale and exhale. On each exhale, see whether you can twist and tilt your gaze over towards the right and eventually towards the back of the mat. So slowly and mindfully inhaling, exhaling, just see if you can twist a little bit further. And remember to keep your left foot nice and flexed. Don't forget about the left foot. Lovely. One more breath here. And then we'll gently derotate back to center. let's release the right leg, bring it back into our initial staff pose. And what we'll do to neutralize that twist, we'll come into a gentle forward fold just for a couple of breaths. So we'll walk our hands forward towards the front of the mat and try and bring your torso towards your thighs. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Just keep your spine nice and straight and relax the head. So we don't want to be rounded like this. Just nice long spine. Bending the knees as much as you need. And your hands can either be on the mat, you could grab hold of your feet, your shins, your ankles, whatever works for you. And just take a few more deep breaths in your forward fold. Lovely. Then let's walk our fingertips back. Lengthen the legs again. Torso back up and upright. Lovely. And let's do the same on the opposite side. So this time we'll bend the left knee, bring the left foot to the mat, over the right leg. Right foot stays nice and flexed. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over and prop yourself up on your left fingertips. And then with the right arm, we'll just hug the left knee and gaze over towards the left. Lovely. Inhaling, exhaling. See if you can twist a little further, bringing your head gradually towards the back of the room. Just twisting a little bit deeper on each exhale. Don't push it. Just do what feels good. Lovely. One more breath here. And then let's gently derotate back to center. Let's release the left leg, bring it back to the mat, nice and long. And as we did before, just to neutralize the twist, we'll come into our forward fold. So walking our fingertips forward, bring the torso down towards the thighs, rest it on the thighs. Bend the knees as much as you need and release forward. Release the head, you can close the eyes here. And forward folds are great, they're really calming for the nervous system. So it's a nice pose to end on. Lovely. Let's walk our fingertips back, bringing the spine upright. Beautiful. You can shake the legs a little, perhaps bring them into a cross-legged position. And to conclude our practice, practice, we'll inhale and sweep the arms up one last time. Bringing the hands into prayer and then moving the prayer down to the forehead for kind thoughts, down to the mouth for kind words, and finally to heart center for kind actions. And we'll bow together to seal the practice.